Technical difficulties, folks. Just trying to get the stream up and running here, but it looks like we are good to go now going forward. Just missed a couple of moments here in this game, missed puck drop, but no goals as of yet. I'm Mike DeStefano. I'll be doing the play-by-play commentary for this game, and Zach DeWeird will be doing color commentary. This one between British Columbia and Ontario, both teams winning their games last night. Ontario coming out with a 5-1 victory, ended up getting that win over Nova Scotia, and then Alberta, or British Columbia with a 6-1 win over Alberta. And we're going to get a whistle here. That one is going to be a tripping call, so we get a penalty coming.
Yeah, a couple of hat tricks last night, Mike, for both teams, as we saw Julia Gosling potted 3 goals, and Jenna Buglioni of British Columbia got 3 herself against Alberta, so a couple really good offensive explosions for both teams, as 6 goals went in on the Alberta netminder in favor of British Columbia, 5 in for Ontario over Nova Scotia, so a couple of great offensive teams, and right away out of the gate we got our first power play of the game, and this one will go for British Columbia.
So both netminders getting their first taste of the tournament. Kayla Osborne for Ontario will be in net. And then over with British Columbia, Kiera Stecco had an amazing night last night, getting the night off. Monroe coming in to play goaltender for British Columbia. A minute 30 left here on the power play. Ontario trying to get it out, kept in by BC. Buglioni, cross-ice pass to Teslak. Teslak tries to get it in. Unable to do so, and able to get it out now is Ontario. Singing it down the ice and chasing in after it now is Southward. BC trying to break in. Can't connect on that pass. Halfway through the man advantage here. Stop it up. Able to keep it in on the blue line, but not very long. And here comes Ontario the other way. Coming in is Davidson Adams. She takes a shot. That one goes wide. Puck gets picked up here now by Hunt.
Not really anything going right for British Columbia on this power play. Not able to even get in the zone successfully as quickly as whenever they do get in the zone, Ontario is able to stifle them and quickly get the puck down, and they've had even a couple chances on this power play for British Columbia, so they only have now 28 seconds left if they can get something going, maybe even muster a couple passes in the offensive zone, but Ontario has done a great job of making sure British Columbia has nothing on this power play.
Yeah, just 17 seconds left here on the man advantage. Hunt with the puck, tries to dish it off, still ends up with it. Looks like Gardner was trying to get the puck back door, trying to create some space for herself. Ontario doing a good job of limiting the action, and that's going to do it. And coming out of the box is Bachna, coming in on her backhand. She'll kind of stop up. I don't think she realized that she had a man with her.
Yeah, just a quick glance towards her left. Maybe it could have been a 2-on-1, a quick break. Coming out of the box, that was Bachna. But, yeah, just like you said, didn't realize that she had a man with her and had to stop up, and she's going to head to the bench for a change.
Gosling gets a puck up to Kelly. Kelly coming in, tries to pass over to Bachna. Not able to complete it, but Bachna still able to get possession. Puck in behind the net. Getting it is Wallace. Up to Clark. Clark able to get it up to Bover. Bover coming in. She takes a shot. Good stop made by the netminder. Clark with the puck now. Clark tries to work her way out in front, and Bachna using the stick to get away from it. Kelly's just going to flip that puck down deep and go off for a change. We'll get 5 brand new skaters out there for Ontario. Skating with it is the BC captain, Riley, and that puck's going to get put into the bench by Aitchison, so we'll get a stoppage, and we'll get a face-off. It'll come to the right of Monroe.
The Ontario goaltender for today, Kayla Osborne, is coming in with an unbelievable season so far for the Lady Senators, a 1.22 goals against average in 18 starts so far, 11-7 record, 5 shutouts, and a .950 save percentage. So she is certainly going to be a big factor for Ontario in this one, as some great statistics from Kayla Osborne as the referee gets bumped into by a couple of British Columbia players there.
Ontario able to get it out of the zone. Going back for it is Cherkowski. Aitchison getting to it first. And a bit of a collision there. No call on the play. Trying to get it out of the zone, kept in briefly by Davidson Adams, but then able to pick the puck up is Wallace. Wallace, a very smooth skater, brings it all the way deep into the Ontario zone, still with it on her backhand as she comes around the net. Tries to cycle it down low, but that one ended up getting picked off. Here's a big stretch pass, and trying to get past was By-sizing. Couldn't get through the defenseman Sedlak, but able to keep it in here. Puck comes all the way down. Hunt chasing in after it. Giveaway there by Paul. In over the blue line is Ontario, and just whipped down the ice there and giving chase to him. Throwing that down the ice was Maddie Wheeler. Brooks with it now. Brooks, cross ice pass, sending it back down low. McKee. And out there now on the ice, along with her London Devilette teammate, Julia Gosling, who you mentioned did have a hat trick last night. Paul tips it in, chases in after it. Coming out to play it, though, was Osborne. Puck gets picked off here. Bassey sends it in deep. McEachern tries to get it out. Finally able to do so. Brooks sends it down the ice. And Ontario's going to get a change in here, get some new fresh legs out. Grant will get to the puck first for Ontario. Flipped down the ice and didn't quite get too far. Buglioni keeping it in. Out in front, shoots. Oh, and everyone raising their hands thinking that she had an easy tap in, but just put it wide of the cage. Still scoreless here, 13 minutes left in the first period.
Yeah, that was Sean-Marie Bassey who just cannot finish that. It looked like it was a wide open cage for Bassey and just did not get it the way she wanted to. It was a great effort that time by Buglioni, who was able to find her in the high slot, and Bassey just unable to put that on target.
Pick the puck up behind her net is the captain. Skating up with it now. Ends up losing the handles though, and coming away with it now is British Columbia. They break in over the blue line. Lappin with it. Shot from the point, and a quick and easy save there by Osborne.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier on that it's just so important to get your first save out of the gate right away, and that was certainly what Kayla Osborne, did on that one. An easy glove save, but get the nerves out as it is her first game of this tournament, and she will certainly look to make a couple more of those saves for Ontario. British Columbia had a high-powered offense, and she will certainly see more shots like that later on in this game.
Hoskin ends up giving the puck up to Chan. Around the boards, ends up getting picked up. Chan tips it in. Klassen can't keep it in. It's out momentarily and sent all the way back down the ice by By-sizing. Kept it at the point by McEachern. Back around for By-sizing. She tries to center it out in front and smacked away by the goaltender using the paddle there. BC sending it back down. McEachern, the first lady, back there for it. And she used the boards to get it to her defensive partner and gives it right back. Pass picked off in front, all alone in front. A one shot taken there. Not too sure if it ended up making it on net. Solid defensive play there, and here comes the puck the other way. By-sizing coming in, pressuring Teslak. By-sizing coming away with it. Puts it around the boards. McKee going in after the puck. Tchaikovsky. Pick up the puck now is Klassen. And Stuyvik ends up putting the puck deep down into British Columbia zone. Picking it up now is Makara. Makara able to get it up to Gardner. Svitek tries to get it out, and offside says the linesman as Gosling tried to keep it in but was unable to. 10:21 left here in the first period. Still scoreless hockey game. It's tied up 0-0.
Yeah, a lot of flow to this one. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of scoring chances, but a lot of back and forth action in this one so far, as that one just offside. Just a great play by Ontario that unfortunately just came out of their zone. A tough call for the linesman to make, but I've liked the flow so far in this one. I'd like to see a little more scoring opportunities, but the goaltender's not busy yet, but they certainly will be in this one.
And there's Monroe. They're picking up a puck that was just crawling to her.
Yeah, Kayla Monroe playing for the Fraser Valley Rush in the British Columbia Midget Hockey League, posting a 7-5-2 record so far, a save percentage of .906, and 2 shutouts on the year, so very respectable stats for Kayla Monroe as well.
Kelly jars the puck loose, and getting it past, though, here was Czerkowski. Czerkowski accepts the feed again, backhand, and doesn't quite make it to the net. And that one does, and able to make a quick stop there was Osborne.
Yeah, a little conversation in front of the goaltender. It looked like number 5, Kate Riley, and number 19 of Ontario, that was Kendall Cooper, talking it after the whistle. Maybe a bit of a snow shower by the British Columbia player in the face of Kayla Osborne.
It looks like Buglioni's getting waved out of the face-off draw. Czerkowski going to take it. And BC able to win possession off the draw. Buglioni, puck skips right past her stick. Wallace able to get to it, though. Czerkowski around the boards, intended for Buglioni. She gets it. Back for Czerkowski. Puck taken away by Cote. Able to get up to Hoskin. Hoskin chips it past the defender. She chases in after it. She got someone going to the net and not able to get a piece of that one. Wallace trying to get it out now for British Columbia. And that puck goes down the ice. Icing is waved off, says the official. So Osborne comes out to play it. Giveaway at the blue line. Clark has it now for British Columbia. Clark sends it all the way up to Markowski. Ooh, almost a giveaway there for Biseisen. We saw Biseisen. She was a late addition to this Team Ontario team. Ended up taking over for Daniel Calabrese. And we saw her yesterday in her first game action, and that was really impressive with her game. I know you were as well.
Yeah, she put one in the back of the net. She earned a lot of scoring chances. Got one in the third period as a goal that time.
Yeah, right there. Chan took a shot on net and going hard to the net, I believe, was Clark. And Clark puts British Columbia up on the board and takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that's why your coach in hockey will always tell you, go to the net. That's where good things happen, and that is certainly what happened to Clark. The rebound off of the deep shot near the blue line, and Clark right there at the right time and puts in the easy goal in the empty cage, and that'll be the game's first goal.
So Rebecca Clark from North Van, BC, scoring her first goal of the tournament. And BC winning the draw right after the goal. Cooper, unable to handle that pass, ends up back in the hands of Ontario. And a giveaway in the offensive zone. Makara has it. Here comes Brooks. Stretch pass intended for Julia Gosling. Unable to connect on it, though, but it comes down and icing is waved off as Gosling got there first. Brooks tries to centering pass in front, knocked away by the goaltender. And looks like we're going to get a tripping call here, maybe even a slashing call. One of the two. So going to the box now is going to be Sydney Newstater, and we're going to get Ontario's first power play of the game.
Yeah, Ontario had a couple power play goals in the game last night. A very dangerous power play. Ontario has a lot of players who can shoot, but also players that like to dish the puck out a little bit. I know Julia Gosling certainly will be on this power play. She got a trio of goals yesterday and definitely is one of the players from Ontario you're going to want to watch out for, not only in this tournament, but future, as she may be a member of the national team later on in her hockey career.
Ontario starting with the breakout. Brooks tried to tip it in. Cooper going back for it. BC doing a pretty good job. 30 seconds down in this penalty kill, and they haven't allowed a single scoring opportunity. Ontario hasn't even been able to gain the zone.
No, a couple weak zone entries, although here is one that got tipped in pretty well. That time, number 22 getting a final touch on the puck by Brianna Brooks. And now they can finally set something up, but BC is just doing everything to get their sticks in the passing lanes. A really good job of British Columbia in clearing it when they have to.
McEachern, Gosling with a shot, and that one's going to get gobbled up by Monroe.
It looks like it may have been a tip in the high slot. I thought I heard a bit of a tip off of the stick, so a good save that time by Kayla Monroe. Square to the puck and right into the bread basket for Monroe, and she'll freeze and have a face-off towards her left.
Minute 4 remaining in the power play for Ontario. Trying to gain possession in the offensive zone, they do. Up top to Nicole Gosling, cousin of Julia Gosling. To Bachna. Bachna loses the puck, but Gosling picks it back up. Oh, Kelly not able to get what she wanted on that one. Missed a good one-time opportunity. Had a wide open net.
Yeah, that's unlike Nicole Kelly. Nicole Kelly has done very well in the game against Nova Scotia, so expect her to not miss a chance like that again. She was wide open backdoor. Great pass by Nicole Gosling right on the tape, and just a little bit too hot for Kelly to handle.
McEachern takes a shot, blocked in front by Riley. Gosling over to Kelly. Tries to feed her man down low. Bachna up top to Gosling. Gosling fires it, blocked in front. Hunt got a piece of it and still trying to fire at it is Lappin. Gets one shot away, but Monroe making the stop and then cleared all the way down the ice, and that's going to pretty much do it here for the penalty kill.
Not a bad power play for Ontario. They did manage to not really get anything going for the first 45 seconds, but they did get a couple scoring chances, so it's definitely stuff to work on for that power play, and if you're British Columbia, you don't want to be giving that Ontario team a whole lot more opportunities.
A giveaway there. Cote getting a weak backhand off, but a quick stop there by Monroe, and she'll hang on for the whistle. 5:38 remaining here in the first period. British Columbia nursing a 1-goal lead.
Kayla Monroe, who just made that stop, plays for Fraser Valley Rush, as I mentioned, in the British Columbia Midget School Academy. And she says one of her highlights was playing against the Pursuit of Excellence, obviously a big preparatory school in British Columbia that has a lot of Alberta players as well. She made 73 saves in a win against Pursuit of Excellence Academy, so a massive accomplishment for Kayla Monroe for this British Columbia team.
Is it Alberta that also had a bunch of players that played for the academy as well?
So the academy is based in Kelowna, British Columbia, not too far from the border of Alberta.
So a lot of teammates facing off against each other yesterday, which was nice to see.
Yeah, Alberta did come away with the loss in that one. British Columbia 6-1, and Alberta, the reigning bronze medalist, just did not get really anything going in that game. Of course, they're going to be playing later on here at 7:30, though, playing Nova Scotia, broadcasting on TSN. Teslack
picks it up. Shot on net there, rebound, and able to put it into the back of the net. I believe that's Makara. Just kind of found the puck at the side. I think it ended up banking it in off of the skate of the goaltender. And British Columbia now with a 2-goal lead. Just over 5 minutes left here in the first.
Yeah, Anna Makara, the Penticton native of British Columbia, staying with that puck, and she got the initial shot off, and it was saved at that time by number 30, Osborne, but like I said, stayed with it and found the rebound, and it was a tough angle for Makara to put that in, but off the backhand, found the back of the net, and that'll give British Columbia a 2-goal lead as we are just over 5 minutes left to go in period number 1.
Face-off won by Ontario. Gosling with it. Cross-ice pass to McEachern. Feeds it back to Gosling. Tipped in by Brooks. Didn't quite make it too far. Ended up getting stopped up at the blue line. And McEachern sends it right back down deep into the British Columbia end. Gosling tries to stop up. She does. Brooks tries to cycle it down low for McKee. I don't think McKee realized that Gosling had vacated the spot she was in before and ends up giving the puck over to Clark, who sends it down the ice. Ontario receiving possession right back, though. And here comes Gosling. Gosling's got some speed, comes in on the backhand, gets to her forehand, shoots, and I think that one ramped up a stick. Didn't quite get on target.
Great individual effort that time by Julia Gosling, going coast to coast, just unable to find the target, as you think it got hit by the stick and went high and wide on that chance.
Brooks sends the puck. Bring the puck in over the blue line, then losing it. I think it was offside anyways. Chan tries to play it off the boards to get past Bach, and they can't do it. But Chan ends up with the puck right back on her stick anyways. Ends up with it again. She takes a shot. Rebound out in front and cleared away. BC, Aitchison's taking a shot. That's going to be sticked away by Osborne. Chan still with the puck. Tries to go in front to Clark, but Clark kind of overskated it and ended up behind the net. Wallace with it now. Around her own blue line. Able to get it out to as far as center ice, and then Chan on a second chance, able to get it down deep. Cooper in after it. Around the boards for a defensive partner. Ooh, able to keep it in there was Wallace. Back over to Makara, one of the goal scorers here in this game, and tries for another one there, but right there to make the stop was Osborne.
Mike, in the game before, we mentioned how the young goaltender of the Northwest Territories was very good at rebound control. And one thing that I've really noticed of Kayla Osborne is that she's let a couple rebounds go right to the stick of the British Columbia players, and that is how the goals have came for British Columbia. So let's see if she can improve on that and try and freeze the puck, or if she can hold on to the puck and give it to her players. The rebound control certainly is a massive trait for the goaltender. Let's see if Kayla Osborne can improve on that and keep British Columbia to just 2 goals in this game.
Buglioni able to win the drawback to Teslak. Teslak down low. Buglioni in front gets a shot off, and a good stop there made by the netminder. Buglioni trying to play it from her knees, and Cote able to get the puck out. Only gets it to about center ice, and Job Smith takes after it. Puck comes loose, getting to it, and screaming for the puck over there was Watkins Southward. Tchaikovsky gets it up to her man, and Bassie ends up giving it away. Keeping it in at the blue line is Riley. To Hunt. Paul with it now. Paul takes a shot, getting a stick in the shooting lane there, and deflecting it up high was Biseisen. Gosling around for McEachern. That one gets stopped up at the blue line, sent back in. McEachern will try going the other way around the boards, and took a couple of passes to do it, but eventually they get it out of the zone and sent down the ice, and she'll go off for a change. Monroe comes out to play it, gets it to Paul. Davidson Adams, good job to keep the puck in. Here comes Paul in over the blue line. She's got Clausen going to the net. She takes the shot instead. That one goes high and wide of the goal. 1:15 left in this one. British Columbia scored 2 here in the first period, and that's where they lead it 2-0. Svitek, giveaway there, and just offside. Julia Gosling not able to get there quick enough, so we'll get a stoppage here.
Yeah, Julia Gosling trying to outstretch her right footing, trying to get onside just a little bit in front of that play. And number 44 coming on to the Ontario side. It looked like Tegan Grant was just a little bit too eager to get inside the zone, and it'll be a whistle and an offside call on the face-off just outside the British Columbia zone.
Tipped in, sent out in front by McKee. Good stop there made by Monroe. Gosling picks it up, tries to cycle it down. Didn't get enough of it, though. That puck sent out to center ice. Grant tries to fire it back in. Didn't quite make it to the blue line. McKee, cross-ice pass. Julia Gosling going to get to it. She takes a shot, and looks like it was on target to the side of the net, but Monroe decides to stop it and cover it for a whistle instead. 30 seconds left here in the opening period.
Kayla Monroe on the scouting report, she said her strengths are speed, agility, and ability to read the play, and she's certainly done that, reading the play very well in this one so far. And 7 shots on Monroe and 7 saves from Monroe. So far a successful first period for her.
Kelly puts it in down low. Lappin gets to it first. Lappin trying to cycle it over for Bachna. And Teslak just trying to kill off as much time on the clock as she can. 12 seconds remaining here in the period. Came loose for a second, but then Teslak decided to pin it up once again. So we got a stoppage finally, but 5.7 seconds remains on the clock.
And British Columbia likely will go into the break with a 2-0 lead, and that is certainly an accomplishment for them as they were coming in to this tournament with a 6th place finish in the 2015 games. In Ontario, that's silver medalist, but a quick shot.
Kelly gets a shot. There's a rebound, and making the save off that one was Monroe.
I nearly spoke too soon.
There was only 5 seconds left, but they got 2 good opportunities and 2 big stops made by Monroe to end the period. So after 20 minutes of play, British Columbia leading Ontario 2-0.
Yeah, very solid first period, as I was saying, for British Columbia, and they'll head in the break with a 2-0 lead. Ontario, not a bad first period by any means, and Kayla Monroe just was on her game in this one, and Kayla Osborne made a couple of good stops, and she will just have to limit those rebounds and see if she can do that in period number 2 and 3.
Yes, 20 minutes in the books. We'll see what the remaining 40 has in store for us. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for period number 2 here at the 2019 Canada Winter Games. And welcome back here at the 2019 Canada Winter Games. I'm Mike DeStefano. I'll be doing play-by-play, and Zach DeWeerd still going to be doing the color commentary as we start period number 2 here between British Columbia and Ontario. Just want to give you a quick update on the other game that's going on right now. Saskatchewan up 1-0 on New Brunswick earlier today. The scores, we saw Northwest Territories win 4-1 over Newfoundland, and then PEI with a 13-1 shellacking on Yukon. And we start here, period number 2, British Columbia up 2-0 on Ontario.
Yeah, a couple of rebound goals, a couple of goals in tight that time for British Columbia. One of them off the stick of Makara, who scored the second period goal. A great individual play that time by Makara, getting her own rebound on that one. And
tripping call coming up
another
to Brooks.
Quick penalty. As it will look like Ontario will be heading to the box on that one. British Columbia gets to go on the power play once again.
And that one kind of didn't really mean to. It's just not really being kind of wary of where your stick is. It ended up in the skates of one of the BC players. Didn't quite see who took the spill and ended up getting called for the tripping. So British Columbia looking to extend their lead. They will send their goal scorer, Buglioni, down to try and get something going here to start the second period. But Ontario doing a good job getting the puck all the way down the ice to kind of start it off.
To clarify for Mike, Buglioni has not scored in this game. She scored the hat trick last night. Of course, the goal scorers Anna Makara and Rebecca Clark got the first goal for British Columbia in a period number 1.
Riley over to Teslack. Teslack fires it on net. Didn't quite make it there though. Trkowski with it. Back up to Teslack again. She fires in. Kelly doing a good job getting her body in front of it. And then sends it all the way down the ice. Ontario able to make a change here. Minute 12 remaining here in the power play for BC. Hunt coming in over the line with some speed. Ends up dishing it off to Paul. Paul cycles it back down low for Hunt, but McEachern doing a good job of breaking up that play. Gardner around the boards, but once again picked off by McEachern, and she'll try and sandwich it, the puck up on the boards. Didn't really do a good job of it. Able to get it pretty quickly was BC. Wallace. Job Smith with it now at the point. Feeds it down low. Hunt tries to center it out in front. Able to get to it is Gardner. She rips one that goes wide. Gardner had 2 goals yesterday. Looking for her first here today. Wallace with the puck at the point. Good slap pass tipped in front by Hunt, unable to reach the net though. Wallace keeps the line. And finally able to get it out, but didn't get too far. So Ontario may not be able to make a change. It looks like they will be able to make a couple. Not a full line change though. Gardner coming in. Gardner, and she gets hauled down. Doesn't look like there's going to be a penalty on that one.
And now back to 5-on-5 hockey. Good power play, though. A lot of good cycles that time for British Columbia, though. Right on the counterattack, Ontario. But, yeah, British Columbia did really well of finding an open lane. They just could not get the perfect shot off, and really no shots garnered on the goaltender for Ontario, Kayla Osborne. But nonetheless, a successful power play. Everything but getting the goal and getting the shot for British Columbia.
Grant, cross-ice pass. That one gets tipped up. Loses it in the offensive zone, though, trying to gain the line. Riley's the one who took it away, but Ontario able to get possession back. Gosling works her way out in front of the net, gives it back. Shot taken from the point. That one goes high above the net. Gosling tries to pounce on a rebound. Good chance there, but another good stop by Monroe.
Yeah, Monroe's done really well in period number 1 of limiting the rebounds, and she certainly did that one, as Julia Gosling, the last person you want to be jumping on that loose puck, and she's done really well. Or Kayla Monroe has done really well of keeping that puck in front of her and knowing where it is at all times, and she'll retrieve that and have a face-off towards her right.
Face-off won by Ontario. Cooper unable to keep it onside, though, so Ontario going to have to regroup. Bouvet picking up the puck, able to get it out of the zone. Getting it real quick, though, was Carter. Carter feeds it up to Trkowski. Trukowski loses it to Chan, but able to keep it in as Carter. She takes a shot on that one, was a howitzer. Luckily, it didn't hit anyone in the head. It seems like her teammate just missed her. I think it may have been Sean-Ree Bassey.
Yeah, that was not going anywhere near the goal, but it certainly was head height for a lot of those players, and that certainly would.
Davidson Adams that hit Davidson Adams,
yeah, that was
duck for cover.
Yeah, that certainly would not feel good off the old noggin.
McKee in to take the draw against Buglioni, and McKee able to win it back to McEachern. McEachern takes a shot, blocked in front by the stick of Buglioni. Not only could she score goals we saw yesterday and right there, there's also a really solid two-way player. Puck comes around, trying to get it out. Not able to do it, kept in by Ontario. McEachern. Brooks pinches to keep the puck in. McEachern unable to keep it in anymore. Aitchison comes away with it. Backhand pass and almost does get picked up by Nicole Gosling, and she'll send it in deep. Wallace battling with a pair of Ontario players, sent it out in front, and shot taken from the point, and a good block in front by Trukowski. Definitely feeling that one as she did go down after taking that block, but just like a champ, gets right back up, and it looks like she's going to be okay. McKee up to Gosling. Cross ice pass, back down low to Julia Gosling. Shot taken from the point there, and that one gets blocked by Buglioni. She's going to send it down the ice, and they're going to call that a hand pass. So we'll get a stoppage in play here. 15:03 remaining in the second period. British Columbia leading Ontario 2-0.
A lot of good cycling on that last moment for Ontario. They just could not get the shot that they wanted. A lot of good blocks by British Columbia. Really, that one by Trukowski that you said she went down on, that must have hurt, but it nonetheless got the job done, and she'll be happy to go to the bench knowing that she gets a few pounds on the back, and this score is still 2-0.
Puck sent up for Bachna. Not able to corral the puck, though. Paul ends up with it for BC. Paul coming in all alone, elects to take the shot, and not sure where the puck was, and it ends up going off of her back. Not sure if Paul came in with the final tip, but it rolls into the back of the net, and Paul has this team up 3-0.
Yeah, Sarah Paul streaking in on the far side, and a lot of scouts have touted her as the most complete player in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League, which includes the Pursuit of Excellence. So an absolute honor to be named like that. And Sarah Paul, you saw that wicked wrist shot that got the top of, it looked like Kayla Osborne got a lot of it. She just didn't know where it was. It flipped over top of her off the back, and she just did not react in time to keep that in the net. And Sarah Paul will take them. Doesn't matter how they go in, but they certainly went on that one. 3-0 the score now as Kayla Osborne gets back on the save column with another good glove save. And it's important to get your confidence back up after letting a goal like that in. And Kayla Osborne with the, in her opinion, maybe easy save, but a very important save nonetheless.
So Sarah Paul, that was her second goal of the tournament. Had one in last night's victory. Buglioni gets the puck over to Riley. Riley around. Picking the puck up is Clausen. Clausen has it in behind the net. Has it on her backhand. Looking for someone to dish it off to. She decides to give it to Riley, who's unable to handle it. And coming in with some speed here is Cote, and Cote gets rubbed out along the boards by Riley. No call made there. She gets up rather slowly. Looks like she's going to be okay, though. And she's actually going to go right off to the bench, so maybe she did get a little bit rattled off that hit. Taking a seat on the bench, too, speaking with the trainer. Puck comes all the way down the ice. Beiseisen, first man in. Or first woman in, rather. Wheeler. Shot taken from Gosling, tipped in front, that goes wide. I believe it was Davidson Adams who got a piece of it. Beiseisen with the puck in the corner. Out in front, Wheeler over to Gosling. Nicole Gosling with a shot, that one goes wide. Puck sent again down low and tried to clear it away. I think it hit her own player. And Ontario still able to keep the pressure on. Walks out in front. Davidson Adams gets a shot off, ramped up a stick and over the net. Gosling able to keep it in at the point. Backdoor pass and another amazing block there by the captain, Riley. A good opportunity for Ontario to get on the board, but the captain coming and playing some goaltending herself.
Absolutely. This pairing of Nicole Gosling and number 21 for Ontario, Maggie McEachern, has certainly been their best pairing of this game so far. Nicole Gosling having a couple chances, their last one just high and wide, and Maggie McEachern has done both things, offense and defense. She's been a star for the Ontario team, the captain of this Ontario team. So both of those players having an extremely solid game so far. Nothing to show for it, though, on the score sheet.
So it looked like the captain, you saw her laying there kind of sprawling. It looked like she may have been hurt, Riley. And the official kind of going and telling her, hey, you can't do that. If you're not hurt, get up. You can't just sit there and try and play the puck from your belly, and kind of maybe telling her that could be interference or something close to that fact.
Yeah, you never really can give a sure call on something like that, but the referee said nothing there.
Puck intended for Brooks. Taken away by Aitchison. Aitchison around the boards. That one gets picked off by McKee in front for Gosling. And Chan doing a good job getting in the passing lane. McKee back for Brooks, and Brooks not able to center that pass. Grant with it on the point. Down low, Brooks tries to center it again, ends up going off the side of the net. Wallace clears it into the corner. Puck comes up to Clark. She'll send it all the way down the ice. And it's a race for the puck and getting to it first. And we're going to get an icing call here.
Mike, if you didn't tell me what the score was, I certainly would think that Ontario would be the team in front right now, as the pressure is certainly in the British Columbia zone, but they've been able to block a lot of shots and just no shooting lanes for Ontario. A lot of passing, but they just cannot get the right shot and the right shot on target. I should say a couple shots just going high and wide. And right now, Monroe is doing very well in net, but she hasn't had a whole lot of good shots on her. That was a good one. It looked like it may have gotten tipped in front that time by Darcy Leppin of Ontario, and a quick change on Ontario. But like I said, Ontario just has to get that right shot, keep on passing. They're doing a really good job of opening those lanes, but not quick enough on the release. And Monroe can quickly slide to her left and right and get square to the shot, and she's able to make those saves once again.
I mean, it's a game of bounces, and realistically, the bounce is kind of going BC's way right now. You look at that last goal we just saw, kind of just, I mean, the save was made by the goaltender. It just ramped up her stick, didn't see where it went, ended up falling off of her back and into the back of the net. And before you know it, it's 3-0. The first two goals all coming off of rebounds and just going hard to the net, able to bang it in. So,
and maybe that's a style that Ontario has to play. Just go for those low shots, as you saw another high shot there saved by Monroe. But you need to go for those low shots, maybe get it off the pad and have a player drive to the back door and hit that in the net like BC did in the first period.
Tchaikovsky taking a bit of a spill into the boards there. Coming out to play the puck was Osborne. Here comes Bachna. Bachna coming in. She'll take a shot on goal, and right there at the top of the blue paint, making the stop is Monroe.
Kayla Monroe says her hockey idol, Braden Holtby of the Washington Capitals, who is a recent Stanley Cup champion, I'm sure she wouldn't mind being a champion in this week's tournament as well.
I always thought that Braden Holtby choosing number 70 was very weird. It's a weird goalie number.
It is a weird goalie number, and not even just a weird goalie number. It's a weird player number as well.
It's not something you see often in hockey.
No.
McEachern centers it out in front. Seltzer gets a shot off, and puck's behind the goal. Tried to center it out in front. Finally, McEachern finds it and gets blocked in front by Riley. Ontario with a good opportunity there, but coming up for making the save was Monroe. Here comes Paul, already with one goal on the night. Tries to, she comes hard into the goaltender. And she's definitely going to get a penalty for that.
Kayla Osborne is still on her back with the net dislodged. She is in some clear discomfort.
Looks like she's grabbing at her shoulder, but she is getting up, luckily. So hopefully she's okay. She's going to take her mask off, get a bit of a breather. trainer's going to come out onto the ice and just give her a quick pep talk and chat, see if she's okay.
Of course, something you have to look out for as well is she went hard, her head went hard into the post. Yep. There's also the possibility of concussions, as that's such a big factor in the game of hockey. But she is getting up. The trainer is talking to her. She seems like she's going to be okay, grabbing her stick, helmet's back on. So it's great to see that Kayla Osborne is going to continue on playing in this game. Trainer's going to give her the all good and get that net going. In Ontario, who has been brutal on the power play so far, not really getting anything going, have been great in this period on 5-on-5, so maybe an extra man will help them kickstart that power play and get another good chance this time and hopefully get one in the game and make it a 2-goal game rather than a 3-goal game as they see in the scoreboard right now.
So going to send out Wheeler along with Beiseisen and Davidson Adams as the forward unit. Winning the draw back, though, was Chan, and Wallace sends the puck all the way down the ice. Not the start that Ontario was hoping for on the penalty, or on the power play.
No, it all starts with a face-off there, Mike, and a lost face-off and a clear by British Columbia is going to kick off another 20 seconds off the clock.
And Wallace, didn't get all of that. Tried to clear it down the ice again, but kind of fanned on the clearing attempt. Only got it to just over the blue line. Wheeler brings it back into the zone. Wheeler takes it around the net on her forehand. Over to Beiseisen. Grant dishes it off to Svitek. Back up top to Grant. Beiseisen. Beiseisen able to step past Aitchison. Grant with an open shot. Shoots in. An early whistle coming in from the official. The rebound was sitting there. I think Wheeler did get one hack at it, but the whistle came in just a little early. We did see that the puck was loose.
Yeah, I think Monroe got a little lucky on that one, as it did get her square in the jersey, but it quickly popped out. And as you said, McKee got a couple whacks at it. And really, it could have been a goal for Ontario if the whistle could have been blown. They had a couple red jerseys surrounding Monroe in the front of the net.
Carter over to Cooper, who takes a shot. I think either got blocked in front. I think actually Julia Gosling ended up hitting her skate and going wide. Bring it in as McKee over. Puck's loose out there. Buglioni trying to clear it. It gets into the corner. Gosling picks it up. Fan on the first passing attempt, able to finally get over to McKee. Carter back to Cooper. Back to Carter, and Buglioni really sniffed that out there and intercepted the pass and ends up getting it back down into the zone. But right away, Ontario gets back in. A nice move there by Gosling, and unable to get a shot off, though. Gosling trying to create some space for herself. Up to Carter. Carter fanned on that shot, and here comes Hunt. Hunt brings it in over the blue line. She's all alone. Gardner coming off the bench. She'll just take a quick backhand shot, ends up going wide of the net. Cross ice to Riley. Gets it in deep. We're back to 5-on-5 now. So Ontario still scoreless in this one.
Yeah, not a very great power play that time for Team Ontario. Not really getting anything going. A couple good chances. McKee made a really nice play and tried to get that backdoor pass, but a great block by British Columbia on that attempt. And they were able to clear, and another successful penalty kill from British Columbia.
Here comes Hunt. And coming in just offside, it looked like Gosling kind of took the lane on Hunt there and allowed her to have to make that one extra move. And her partner over on the right-hand side there ended up being just one stride offside. Can't quite see the numbers of who that is, but I will tell you in 1 second. It was Makara.
Yeah, Makara was ready to go on that right side, ready for the pass, but like you said, that slight hesitation by Hunt, and really because of Gosling slowing her up and getting in the way, really was what made that play offside. Good play that time, heads-up play.
Centered out Gosling in front. That was dangerous for a moment. Gosling gets it over to Kelly. Giveaway at center ice. Riley fanned on the passing attempt. Puck jarred loose. BC with it now. Up to Chan. Chan's got some space. Chan takes a shot and gloved up there by Osborne.
Yeah, good read that time by Osborne. And It looked like she could have even used her blocker on that. Had to kind of swipe with their glove and catch it on the backhand. Impressive save that time by Osborne on the good shot by Chan on that left side, streaking in.
Buglioni able to win the draw. Wallace with a shot off the draw. Ended up going wide. Cherkowski picking up the loose puck. Gets it to Buglioni. Unable to handle the puck, though. It gets stripped off her. Aitchison gets the puck back in deep. Chasing it after it is Cherkowski. She's got Buglioni going to the net. Fires it, and a pad save made. Here comes Cote the other way, in over the blue line. Cote, and gets ran into the goaltender, and she might have drawn a penalty there. Looks like she has. It'll be a tripping call, and that's going to go against Wallace.
Yeah, the often saying in hockey is go to the net and good things happen, and sometimes you don't get the goal, but you draw a penalty, and Laura Cote did exactly that, going hard to the net on that backhand, and she drew the penalty, and it will be another power play to see if Ontario can get something going. They had a few moments of excellence on that last power play, but BC did a great job of getting the puck and clearing it down the ice.
BC going to start off this power play doing the exact same thing. Osborne comes out to play it to Svitek. And a wraparound attempt, and there to make the stop is Osborne.
Coming into this game, Kayla Osborne said that her one personal goal in this tournament is to, in every game, play the puck at least once. And that's certainly a skill that you want as a goaltender. And it takes a lot of time to know when to come out and play the puck and what direction to play the puck to, as you don't really know which direction the opposing player is going to come. That's why you got to have vocal communication with your defenders. And you as a goalie have to tell your defenders where the pressure is coming from. The miscommunication there almost cost them a goal.
Cherkowski playing it back to Job Smith. Shot deep in the Ontario end. Unable to keep it in, though. Davidson Adams crosses in over center ice. Still with possession of it into the blue line and was trying to feed her man. And Wheeler has it now. Back up top to Cooper. Carter, she fires it. Didn't quite make to the net. Got blocked in front. Able to keep it in there is Carter momentarily. But now here they come. 2-on-1 over to Chan. Chan shoots it. Rebound comes out into the slot. And no BC player there. Cleared away from danger by Ontario. And Ontario coming the other way. Here comes McKee in over the blue line. Joining her, it looks like, is Carter, but McKee likes to hang on to the puck. McKee backhands it around for Julia Gosling. And sent all the way back down the ice. Just 30 seconds left here on the power play for Ontario. Gosling tips it over to Brooks. Brooks takes a shot. That one goes wide to the net. Pinching in to keep it in is Nicole Gosling. But able to finally get it out is Hunt. That one goes down, and we'll pretty well do it here for the power play down to the final 5 seconds. As Gosling skates with it through the neutral zone in over the blue line. We're back to 5-on-5 now. Gosling centered out in front, shoots Brooks, and not able to get that one on net. Wallace plays it from her knees and gets it out.
Another successful penalty kill that time by British Columbia, and they actually had a couple of chances, and maybe even the better of the chances during that power play. A wraparound chance and a 2-on-1. And at the end of that, it looked like Julie Gosling and Brooks combining for a great play, but another big save on the British Columbia net. That time by Kayla Monroe.
Puck stop behind the net for Gosling. Just 3:43 left in this one. BC took a 2-0 lead into the period, ended up getting one more here. That one scored by Sarah Paul. Puck loose out in front, and gobbling it up and getting the whistle there now is Osborne.
Ontario just having nothing going on that power play. They've had a couple of chances that they mentioned after the previous power play, but yeah, they just need to get a couple more good shot opportunities. They're passing it well, but just cannot find the correct shooting lane. British Columbia doing a very good job of getting in the lanes and moving their sticks around and really blocking any sort of real chance that's gone the British Columbia way.
I mean, I would say it's probably more so British Columbia doing a good job getting in the shooting and passing lanes than it is Ontario not being able to get anything going. They are getting and applying pressure and having, time of possession in the offensive zone, just not getting quality scoring chances. Get a full lineup change here out of Ottawa, out of Ontario. Hoskin will come in to take the draw against Clausen. Hoskin coming away with it. Carter ends up with the puck. Carter sends it in, and that's going to go down for an icing call, and it gets negated. Good hustle there by Hoskin to beat out the icing. Carter takes a shot on goal. Rebound comes out, and it skips over the stick. And BC able to get it out of harm's way. Gardner with it now, coming in over the blue line. Able to get it over to Clausen, and not able to get it onto her forehand was, I think it was Makara, who already has one goal on the in the game tonight. Makara tries a centering pass out in front. Teslak with a shot, and a good stop there made by Osborne.
Teslak, great control on that. That was a heavy pass and went right into her chest protector. And it went right to her stick, and she got a good chance out of it. Yeah, heavy pass that she was able to control really well.
Puck sent in deep. They go off for a full line change, which allows BC to quickly get the puck back up. But then they give it away at the blue line, trying to regain the zone. Ontario now in over the blue line themselves. Loses it, and here comes Buglioni. Here come numbers the other way. Cherkowski, and Buglioni takes a shot. That one goes wide. If Teslak saw that coming, she could have stuck her stick out and probably would have been able to redirect it into the side of the net, or into the back of the net, but didn't see it in time.
Yeah, Teslak was waiting for the previous pass, and when Buglioni got the chance, Teslak was already ready to go on the back check, but unfortunately for Teslak, not ready for that one.
Buglioni with it in the slot. Buglioni centers it out in front, not able to get a shot off. Still able to keep the zone, though. Riley, down low for Buglioni. Out in front, Spinorama backhand shot there, and an easy stop with the paddle down on the ice for Osborne.
Kayla Osborne, although she has given up 3 goals in this one, has made a solid 19 saves, and that was another one of her better ones in this one, as she had to quickly see the redirected shot in the Spinorama, as you said. And it was a very solid save, one of her 19, as I mentioned. And really, Ontario just not giving her a whole lot of support, as she's played a pretty sound hockey game. A couple of bounces just not going her way, as we mentioned before, a couple of rebounds that she hasn't controlled quite as maybe she had wanted to. But really, she has not played bad in this game, but she's being out-dueled on the other end by a great, very good Kayla Monroe.
So obviously a strong tandem, as last night we saw Kiara Stecco have a strong performance against Alberta, and Monroe following it up with another strong performance here against Ontario. Into the final minute here in the second period.
And Mike, going back to that, it's certainly not a bad issue to have.
Nope.
If you're the head coach of British Columbia, having 2 very good goaltenders, as he does have.
Puck goes all the way down into the Ontario end. Chasing it after it is Hunt. Getting to it first, though, was Grant. Grant up to Gosling. 19 seconds, enough for one last rush here for Ontario. Or I guess BC has time for one more rush now, since they end up with the puck. Here comes Clark. Clark, she takes a shot, fires that one right into the glove, and then Monroe will Osborne will hang on to it for the whistle. 8 seconds remaining here in the period.
Rebecca Clark, who already does have 1 goal, the North Vancouver native. It was a 3-on-1, and generally 3-on-1 is more of a passing play. Maybe even Osborne expected a pass, but the quick shot and glove down by Kayla Osborne, and she will have another face-off towards her right.
And Lappin getting waved out of the draw. Kelly will come in to take it against Chan. And Kelly, despite coming in second, ends up winning the face-off. And there's the buzzer. That's going to do it for period number 2. BC adds another to the scoreboard, and they take a 3-0 lead into the third period.
I mentioned it at the second period of the Alberta game that British Columbia should be very happy up on Alberta. They should be extremely happy being up 3-0 on Ontario, as Ontario is the reigning silver medalist. They played a very good hockey game, and One thing that I mentioned that Ontario should continue doing that British Columbia has done, shoot low and go for the rebounds. They did that in period number 2, and then they got that luckier bounce in their second period to get that one. And they have 3 goals on the board, and it'll be exciting third period that I'm really excited to watch if Ontario can apply more pressure and get a couple more on the scoreboard and make this game a little closer, or if British Columbia can open this game wide open and ice this cake.
20 minutes to go here. British Columbia leads Ontario 3-0 heading into the intermission. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for period number 3 here at the 2019 Canada Winter Games. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third period here between British Columbia and Ontario. Once again, I am Mike DiStefano doing the play-by-play, and my good friend right to the left of me will be doing the color commentary, Zach DeWeird. And just really quick to update you on the game that's going on over on the downtown arena between Saskatchewan and New Brunswick. It's Saskatchewan up 3-0 over New Brunswick, and that's the exact same score we got here between British Columbia and Ontario as we start the third.
Yeah, another solid period that time by British Columbia, and really a good defensive period by British Columbia. Ontario had a lot of pressure in that British Columbia zone, just could not muster up any shots. And Mike, you and I talked that it's really British Columbia that's been doing the better defensive job rather than Ontario doing poor offensively, as just British Columbia has done a great job getting in the shooting lanes and not giving Ontario anything to work with in their own end.
Bringing the puck in now is Brooks. Brooks centering pass for Gosling. A good chance there. And up to the task was Monroe. One of the better chances Ontario has had tonight to score. Tried to center it out in front again. And Monroe, an active stick out there, actually went out and poke checked McKee behind the net. Puck gets out. Kelly plays it back to her defensive partner in Grant. Grant around for Kelly. Kelly being tied up by Hunt there, allowing Hunt to get the puck. Centered out in front, unable to get a piece of that one though. With it now is McKee. Cross ice to Cooper. Cooper, nice pass up to Bachna. Bachna coming in. Bachna, stop it up. Leaves it for Bysaizen, and a good chance there, and then cleared out of the danger zone by number 12. Gardner. Gardner in over the blue line. Hunt going to the net. Gives it up to Paul. Sarah Paul with a shot and a good blocker stop there made by the netminder. Bachna picking it up now. We're getting some back and forth action. 2-on-1. Ends up dishing the puck off to Bysaizen. Tries to center it out in front. Puck knocked back into the corner. Bysaizen gets to it. Plays it off the boards up to McEachern, who fires it, and we'll get a stoppage in play as Monroe gloves that one down. 18:06 left here in the third period.
McEachern, the heavy shot, but a good glove save that time by Monroe. McEachern, the captain of this Ontario team, and one of 9 players from Ontario coming back from Japan, who the team just won the under-18 national or international championships, the world championships in Japan, winning that gold medal, a 3-2 overtime win over the United States. Congratulations to McEachern and all 9 players on Ontario and 2 on British Columbia coming home with that gold medal.
Shot taken by Southward, blockered away by Monroe. Puck picked up behind the net. Trying to get it out now is Makara. Makara does get it out in over the blue line. She's got Clausen with her. Going to the net though is Bessie. Clausen. Back up to the point. Job Smith gets that puck picked off, and Lappin able to get it out. Job Smith getting to it though. Cross ice to her defensive partner Teslak. Back up to Clausen. Clausen with a shot. That one goes wide of the net. Clark picking it up on the other end. Teslak asking for it. She fires it on net. Rebound, scores! Rebecca Clark, her second of the hockey game, once again coming off a rebound, and it's now 4-0 British Columbia.
Yeah, Mike, exactly right. Coming off the rebound, the right pad save that time by Kayla Osborne, and we talked about it in the first period rather. British Columbia got 2 goals, and both were similar high slot shots that eventually became rebounds, and right on the doorstep that time, Rebecca Clark getting her second of the game. And in the Greater Vancouver Comets, the team that Rebecca Clark plays for, 24 goals in 26 games. So Rebecca Clark, no stranger to putting the puck in the back of the net.
No, certainly not at all. And with 2 already here, she's got half the goals in this contest. Puck sent all the way down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call. So Ontario down by 3. That seemed like a manageable comeback. Down by 4, a little bit more sizable now.
Yeah, they definitely need to work some time in the offensive zone if they want to have any chance of getting this game knotted up, and it certainly is a mountain to climb for Team Ontario. British Columbia just doing such a good job of getting in the passing lanes, getting in the shooting lanes as well, and giving Monroe, the goaltender, a lot of easier shots to work with, as the ones that are tough to read get blocked.
Pinching in but unable to keep it in was Carter. Going back for it though was Cooper. Up to McKee. McKee dishes it over to Gosling. Gosling, she takes a shot on that. Rebound out there. Gosling, and she ends up taking a spill and wasn't able to get a shot off. Center back out in front. Cooper turns, fires, blocked in front by Riley.
That's what Ontario had to do, get those low shots, get rebounds, and Gosling was right there, got a little bit out-muscled on the doorstep, and she couldn't get that backhander in past the goalie Monroe, but Monroe made the initial save, and another great chance that time by Ontario, but another great stop that time by Monroe is able to keep that puck out of the net.
It's a little bit of a tie-up down there behind the net. Looks like Riley was just kind of laying on Carter, and neither of them were really trying to get up, and the puck was underneath, so ended up getting a stoppage in play. In to take the draw is Buglioni, wins it back to the defensive partner, and a good block in front by Beisizen. Beisizen out in front. Ooh, and a good chance there, sticked away by Monroe.
Mike, I kept on talking about it yesterday, but I'm a big fan of Beisizen so far, the call-up, and she has really been the driver of this line. That shot that she had yesterday ended up in a goal, and she's led to a bunch of scoring opportunities. That time she tried to play it in front to her teammate, and just another great save by Monroe is how that one did not go in the net, but Beisizen again, a long shift again for Beisizen, but really done great offensive talent right now for Ontario.
Hunt with the puck deep in the Ontario zone, tries to center it out for Sarah Paul, and she kind of overskated it. Ontario coming back the other way. Kelly unable to receive that pass. No icing on that one. Going back for it though was Markowski. Shot take by Lappin, that goes off a stick and up. Picking up the loose puck there is Gardner. Up to Paul. Sarah Paul in over the blue line. She gets steered into the boards there by Svitek. Puck taken away now by Clausen. Clausen over to Paul. Paul unable to get the shot off. Finally, Tchaikovsky does, but puts it wide of the goal. Clausen with it behind the net. She gets bodied off the puck, and Ontario comes the other way. Couple of nice moves there, and finally being able to pick up the puck now. Davidson Adams tried to stop them from getting the zone entry, but able to do it. Clausen puts the puck in the corner. Tchaikovsky going in after it. Cooper puts it around the boards, and Cote ends up with it for Ontario. Cote in the second period, we saw it take a little bit of a hit from Riley down along the boards. Looks like she's okay. Cross ice feed to Cooper. Cooper with a one-timer, and looks like may have been a nice blocker save there by Monroe. And we're going to get a penalty here. Looks like Riley's going to go to the box, probably for tripping.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Riley will head to the box for tripping, but one play that didn't get noticed is Davidson Adams beating out that icing call about 30 seconds before that trip happened. She already went to the bench, as she does now, but Davidson Adams beating out that icing call that would have been a sure icing. That speed by Davidson Adams is what really does help draw that penalty, as the puck never left the British Columbia zone, and then unfortunately for British Columbia, they had to draw that penalty, and then another power play for Ontario, 0 for 4 so far in this game.
Shot on net, hits Gosling. Back up top for Cooper. Over to Carter. Carter takes a shot on goal. That one ends up going wide. Rattles up the boards, up to the point to Cooper. She takes a shot, tipped in front, goes wide once again. Carter with it. Wallace losing her stick. She'll retrieve it in the corner. And Cooper, just slid past her stick. May have bounced over it. And Team Ontario now going to have to retreat. Minute 20 remaining here in the power play. And I think a goal here is crucial if they have any chance of coming back in this one. Nice move by Julia Gosling, gets the shot off, but another good stop there by Monroe.
Yeah, Julia Gosling, an unbelievable move, getting past two British Columbia defenders, and Gosling really has been driving this Ontario attack, and she's going to have to go back to the bench for a change. But yeah, another great save by Monroe. Right positionally was Monroe, and that one right into her jersey, another freeze from the British Columbia netminder.
Teslack trying to get it out. McEachern able to keep it in. Goes around for a job Smith. Tip down deep. Chasing in after it now is Bassie. Getting to it first, though, was McEachern. Over to Bachna, and she gets it up to Beiseisen. In over the blue line is Beiseisen. She'll take a rip. That one goes high and wide of the net. Gosling picks up the puck. Plays it back to Beiseisen off the boards. Gosling getting it right back. Beiseisen. She takes a shot on goal. That one goes wide. McEachern down low. She'll receive the puck right back, though. Gosling looks like she's asking for the pass. Shot and a nice stop there made by Monroe once again.
Yeah, Monroe will take those all day long. Nobody in front for Team Ontario to get a tip or even a screen in front of Monroe. And like I said, Monroe will take that every single day, as that'll be one other save, but another easy save that time by Monroe.
Lappin wins the draw. And just took that over the blue line, and the linesman says, nope, that was over. That's offsides.
Yeah, Ansley Svetek of Burlington is certainly not happy about that call, as she looked at the puck and nodded her head in disgust, but nonetheless, it will be a face-off outside the British Columbia zone.
Well, you finally win an offensive zone face-off, went on the power play, and then it ends up kind of getting negated by drawing it offsides just because of kind of a lapse in play there, not realizing how close you are to the blue line.
And that's just kind of the hockey way of how this game has certainly gone for Ontario in this way. A couple bad bounces, a couple rebound goals, and then if you weren't there in the second period, a puck initially made the save by Osborne, and then it went off of her back and into the back of the net. So unfortunately, Ontario has been on the bad end of a couple bad breaks, but nonetheless, the scoreboard reached 4-0.
Wallace around the boards for Chan. Here comes Chan in with some speed. In over the blue line. Chan ends up getting separated from the puck, though, and picking it up is Ontario. Lappin with it now. Lappin loses handle of it once again. We're at to 5-on-5. Bringing it in over the center ice was Clark, and then she kind of took a bit of a spill. Lappin takes a shot. Rebound comes out, right out into the slot, but nobody there to put it away. Few players battling for the puck now. Finally comes loose over to Riley. Riley ends up giving it up to Cooper, and Clark bats it down into the midair. Offsides waved off as Clausen was onside. McCara was asking for the pass, ends up going up to the point and unable to handle it. Giveaway here, Wheeler over to Cote. Cote, she'll take a shot, and a good blocker stop made by Monroe. Up top, Carter fires one, and ooh, that probably hurt. That hit her right in the arm, right above maybe below the bicep, right above the elbow. Maybe it hit her elbow pad, and hopefully it did hit her elbow pad.
Yeah, Sydney Neustaedter was the receiving end on that one, and she's still on, so taking that one like a champion.
Yeah, I saw her give her arm a little shake right after it happened, but seems to be good to go as McCara takes it in over the blue line. And some Ontario fans trying to get their team back into it. Less than 10 minutes to go, down by 4. Hunt able to get it in over to Paul. Paul couldn't feed Czerkowski, who was storming towards the net. Czerkowski brings it out in front. Still has it, playing it with one hand over to her defenseman, Job Smith. And she'll just toss it into the corner. Getting to it first, though, was Gosling. Turnover at center ice. Gardner with it now for BC. Teslack loses handle of it, but it's okay. It's picked up by her teammate, Sarah Paul, who takes a bit of a hit. And offside, says the official.
It's going to be a penalty on Team Ontario, a hooking call. It's going to go against Julia Gosling, who will be heading to the box to sit for 2 or less. And British Columbia gets their first power play opportunity of period number 3.
I was going to say, it didn't look like it was offsides to me.
No.
So a penalty would make much more sense why the whistle was blown there.
And let's see what British Columbia can do. If they score this one, the game is certainly over. And in my opinion, they've really done a good job of keeping Ontario off the scoreboard. And similar to what BC does in the beginning of the Ontario power play, Ontario will just dump that all the way down to the British Columbia end.
Riley will start with the breakout, tries to get up to Tchaikovsky, unable to connect on that pass, so it's taken away by Ontario, and she gets it out of the zone, only to about center ice, and Riley gets it right back into the Ontario territory. But once again, able to clear the zone there is the Ontario defender. Teslack picking it up. Up to Basso. Teslack gets taken hard into the boards. Doesn't look like there's going to be a penalty on that one. Cooper able to ring it around the boards and out of the zone. Hunt's going back to get it for British Columbia. Halfway through the man advantage here for BC. Puck sent all the way back down the ice once again. Monroe comes out to play it. Leaves it for Job Smith. Over to Riley. In over the blue line. Able to get it to Paul. Paul centering pass in front, and there to make a nice stop was the netminder Osborne. Here comes McEachern. In over the blue line, the defenseman decided to go coast to coast on her own here, trying to kill off a penalty. Just going to try and waste as much time as possible. Gosling will flip it deep into the zone. Davidson Adams gets to it first, but a good long stick of Wallace able to poke it loose. Hunt with it around center ice. Up to Wallace. Wallace chips it past Grant. She'll chase in after it. Tries to center it out in front. Goes off the side of the net. Ontario able to regain possession of it. We're back to 5-on-5. Gosling back out onto the ice. She has the puck now. Gosling takes it for a bit of a skate. Tries a centering pass and nobody home. Svitek down low. Shot taken. Goes off the side of the net. And looks like Monroe's trying to corral it in traffic, but wasn't able to do so. Gosling with it in the corner and loses it, and here comes BC. In over the blue line to Chan. Chan, good pass with a shot taken, and right there to make the stop and keep this just a 4-score deficit with just 6:13 remaining here in the third period.
Yeah, good sound save that time by Kayla Osborne, who was a 3-on-2 in favor of British Columbia, but Osborne and the rest of the Ontario defense did a good job of the defensemen creating the passing lanes to be gotten rid of in that one, and Osborne able to square up to get the shot, and that kept it at a 4-0 game and nothing more for Ontario.
Cut away with it now is Bachna. Bachna, shot on goal. Rebound comes out, but cleared away from danger by the BC defenseman. Carter down low for Beisizen. Picking up the loose puck there. Shot by Cooper in front of the net and scores! Finally, Ontario gets on the board, and I believe that was Beisizen. We talked about her being all over the ice tonight. Ends up picking up a rebound and firing it right into the back of the net, and Ontario's on the board. It's now 4-1. So not quite done yet. Still time remaining. 5:45 to try and come back from 4 down.
Yeah, big goal that time by Ontario, and as we were saying before, it is number 11, Madison Beisizen of Ripley, Ontario, getting her second goal of the tournament, and when she got one in the game yesterday, gets another one today, and like I said, those rebounds are going to be so important if they want to get it in the back in this game. 4-1 now, and if they can get one more, maybe for the 3-minute mark and get into the pull the goalie range, maybe 3 goals is a little bit of a stretch to yank the netminder, but Just get one in the next couple minutes, and you certainly have a good chance with a high-powered offense, as Ontario does. Maybe the breaks are going to start coming for that team.
Hoskin in to take the draw against Hunt. Hoskin able to win it back to her defenseman. Cross ice pass to McEachern. In over the blue line comes McEachern. She's got Lappin going to the net. Puck loose at the side of the goal. Cleared into the corner. Makara trying to get it out. And she's able to get it up to Klassen. Here comes Klassen. Klassen with a shot. That one goes up a stick and high over the net. Battle behind the net, and coming away with it now is Hoskin. Hoskin in over the blue line. She's got a couple of ladies with her, but gets a puck knocked off her stick. Teslak picking up the loose change in behind her own goal. She'll come up and start the breakout. Gets it up to Bassie. Bassie with a chance to split the D, and the D close on her pretty quickly and take away the opportunity. Out in front, Buglioni fans on a shot, and then coming out to poke it out of danger is the netminder Osborne. Don't see Buglioni miss very often, but a bit of a misfire there.
No, she was very efficient yesterday's game, and even in this game, even though she hasn't gotten her name on the scoreboard, she certainly has been pretty efficient, getting the shots on target and getting a couple of rebounds in favor of British Columbia, and like you said, a rare miss that time by Buglioni.
Riley with the puck now. Up to Bassie, and we're going to get a stoppage here. Looks like we're going to get a cross-checking call.
A body checking call,
Body checking, sorry. I did mean to say body check.
Maddie Wheeler's going to be headed to the sin bin, and British Columbia has a great opportunity to restore that 4-goal lead if they can pile one in here and certainly ice the cake if they do so.
Yeah, definitely not what Ontario wanted to do. Down by 3, just 4 minutes left in this one. You definitely don't want to be shorthanded for half of the game at this point, half the time remaining here left in the game. But is what it is. BC obviously going to look to try and take advantage. Puck goes up top. Paul picks it up. Battling forward, finally comes loose and able to fire it all the way down the ice is Cooper, and that one's going to actually force Monroe to play it.
And Monroe tried to stick handle around Julia Gosling. It looked like a risky move that time by Monroe. Nonetheless, it did work out, and British Columbia's back into the Ontario zone.
Yeah, Julia Gosling may be the player I wouldn't try to do that against. She seems to know what she's doing with the stick in her hands. So, but nonetheless, able to get away with it. BC with the puck. Shot taken at the point by Smith. Pillow save there made by Osborne. Paul takes a shot on goal, and that one goes right up into the crest of Osborne. She'll hang on to that one.
Another good cycle that time by British Columbia, although it did end up in British Columbia's number 17, Sarah Paul, taking the shot, wheeling around the zone for a little while. Maybe a couple passes could have been used to get a better shot, but another good save by Osborne gets that in the jersey, but another chance now it looks like for British Columbia.
Puck sent all the way down the ice. Monroe comes out to play it once again. Certainly not shy of coming out to play the puck.
No, and that's a good skill to have as a goaltender, but there is a certain amount of responsibility you have to have, and you have to know what time is the right time and what time is the wrong time to play the puck. Monroe is, that time it was the correct time. Maybe stick handling around the Ontario attackers is the wrong time.
Puck up at the point for the captain, Riley. She tries to send it in deep, and it gets taken away by Svitek up to Bachna, unable to handle that pass. And just 7 seconds remaining here on the penalty kill for Ontario. Buglioni with the puck, back to 5-on-5 now. Sent up to Tchaikovsky, going harder than that. Here's Chan, tries to get it, a shot on net, and that one goes just wide. I believe that was number 4, Megan Bovair. Minute 35 remaining here in this game. Doesn't look like Ontario is going to consider pulling the goaltender down by 3.
And it looks like they may get the man advantage nonetheless.
So maybe they will with the man advantage. The coaching staff might have a conversation led by head coach Jeff Hadaway, assistant coaches Teresa Hutchison and Jessica Turi.
It is going to be a timeout, and Ontario has a few plays I'm sure they want to work for in this power play. And it's certainly a one-man advantage, Mike. It may be a two-man advantage, as we've been saying that it's the possibility that Kayla Osborne may sit for this timeout.
I don't know if you do that, only because when you look at the round robin and the rankings, and you do know that the tournament does go by goal differential. When you're giving up an open goal like that with a minute 30, that gives BC a lot of time to score one more. You'd rather the score stay at 4-1 as opposed to trying to maybe try and add an extra attacker.
And one thing,
it's so, like, a 3-goal lead is tough to do that with.
And one thing that you also have to remember is that because British Columbia is shorthanded, they can ice the puck as much as they want.
They're going to do it. They're pulling the goaltender, so they're going to go with 6 skaters, and they're going to try and come back in this one, at least make it a lesser deficit. It'll be 6-on-4 for the remainder of this game unless Ontario can end up putting one in the back of the net.
Or if BC does, I don't know if Osborne will continue to set.
That shot goes wide. That backhander from Lapping goes through the crease. Gosling battling for it, as is Wallace. Wallace coming away with it, goes around the boards and sent all the way back down the ice there by Gardner. So Ontario going to have to regroup here. And we're in the final minute of play here in the third period. Gosling takes the puck in over the blue line. Leaves it for Carter. Back over to Cooper. Down low. Cooper receives it once again at the point. Hoskin, she takes a shot, goes off a stick. Carter back behind the net, tries a centering pass and not quite able to get there. Trukowski will use the boards to send it down the ice. 32 seconds left in the game. Carter getting back to it. Time running out here for Ontario. Bachna in over the blue line. Leaves it for Carter. Carter takes a shot, rebound, and that one gets sent all the way back down to the Ontario zone, and that's probably going to do it. Just 9 seconds remaining. Maybe Ontario tries one more quick chance to try and score one to bring it to within 2. Not able to do it. Bessie scores at the buzzer. And not sure if that one's going to count. I did see the arm go down, but whether or not they count it, this one is over, folks. And BC moves ahead at 2-0. Ontario suffering their first loss of the tournament, now sitting at 1-1.
Yeah, a very good game by British Columbia, and a lot of that had to do with the shot selection, I'm going to say, by British Columbia. Going to go low on Osborne, forcing those rebounds. 3 of the 5 goals were rebound goals, and 3 of the 4 were on Osborne. Of course, you saw that empty netter, although it's not on the scoreboard yet. I do think it may count in the end, but nonetheless, it is going to be a 2-0 start for British Columbia in this one. And after coming off of a 6th place in the 2015 games, they're off to a 2-0 start against the reigning bronze medalist in Alberta, and now the reigning silver medalist in Ontario. A very solid start from British Columbia, and you cannot have asked for a whole lot more. Ontario, they're going to look to bounce back against Alberta tomorrow.
And Monroe definitely earning from myself first star of the game honors in this one. She was brilliant for British Columbia, and we do see that 5th goal finally getting put up on the scoreboard. So we do have an official final in this one with a final score of 5-1 for British Columbia. Just to be sure here, coming up next, actually, the next broadcast, the next game here at the Centrium is going to be between Nova Scotia and Alberta. That will be broadcasted on TSN 3 at 9:30. And currently Saskatchewan up 7-0 against New Brunswick. That one just about to finish up. And once again, a final score here for BC. 5, Ontario just 1 goal. Tomorrow, BC plays Nova Scotia. That'll be here at the Centrium. That'll be the 4 o'clock game. Ontario next game tomorrow night. They will play Alberta. That one at 7:30 once again here at the Centrium. That's going to do it for me. I'm Mike DiStefano. And for my good friend Zach DeWeird, that's going to do it for us tonight. A final score, BC 5, Ontario 1, here at the 2019 Canada Winter Games.